mean, we still here. Y'all can keep talking.
Sorry, I was late, y'all. I was finishing dinner.
Bro, don't worry about that shit. You here.
In the flip.
All right, man. Anything anybody want to say before we get started?
Rice and gravy.
Everybody got the questions?
Yes, sir. Weezy got it.
Ray, you got them?
Nah, but it's cool.
You didn't get the questions?
Bro, I've been at work all day. As soon as I got out of work,
no, I just said you got them. I ain't say did you go over them.
I didn't get to see shit, but I mean, I'm sure they're in there if you send them in.
Yes, this nigga didn't even look.
It's been, bro. I've been going nonstop, bro. I'm here.
Servo, you got the questions?
Nah, I'm gonna just ride y'all coattail for the whole show.
All right, I'll send it to you. All right, man. Look, welcome to the 704 Charlotte Bounce Show, man. I'm one of your hosts, Twan Don versus Twan in here, man. We got a full pack house in here. As always, I'm going to run them down before we get started. We got my man Keeb in the building.
Yo.
First lady of the show, we got Claire Aries.
Hey, yo.
Funny man, Petey Quick.
How? What it do, though?
All right. My brother from another mother, that dude named Pat Boney and Spibbis.
Yogi.
All right, we got two special guests in the house tonight, man. You know, one y'all all fucking know, man. That's, me and Ray Pat Bones, that's our day job and our night job over there, keep out of TV, man. Got the boy Big Cat in the building.
Pause up.
Let me get
y'all know
that.
him, man, it's an honorable minister, but it's not Farrakhan. We got that boy Servo in the building. What up, Servo?
Good people, glad to be here.
You glad to be in that number, right?
Absolutely, anytime, especially when you in there.
Oh damn, this boy trying to, only the tenant ain't say that, but I'm gonna take that shit, man.
It's been a while, Servo. It's been a while, man.
We're gonna try to get through this show, man. You know what I'm saying,
bro.
and have a good time with this show. I know today was a bad day, man. You know what I'm saying, but let's just make somebody's day by brightening it up, getting our lives on. I told you we got a portion of the show at the end of the show where we're gonna do something very funny on every show. Last week we did fake Jordans, man. How did y'all like that?
That was pretty good.
That shit was funny as
I can't even get through it, bro. There was one when my man's balls and dick were hanging out.
Yeah,
I was dead. I was fucking dead.
What about the double ass?
Those were the heads, the Michael Jordan head tails.
He was double cheeked up.
Double ass Jordan. All right, man. We'll be back with y'all, man, after this brief intro, man. We'll be back. Once again, welcome back to the 704 Charlotte Barron Show, man. We in the building tonight, man. Coming to y'all. The topic of the show tonight, man, is the NFL 2022 draft. Who got it right and who got it wrong? We'll have a lot of fun with this shit tonight. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna fucking argue, man. You know, y'all like controversy, don't you? I know you motherfuckers that watch for the controversy. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't expect it to be a big crowd tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's at home watching a game that they know the fucking results to tonight. You know what I'm saying? You know, Dallas is not being Golden State tonight, man. But watch them and watch us at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and hop right into the first fucking question. Whoever wants to take it over, we're going to go from there, man. Which team in the NFL 2022 draft, man? And I'm not going to go in the order that I sent y'all the questions except the first question, and that's which team got the best overall player in the NFL draft?
Well, shit, I'll fucking jump in then.
I mean,
I mean, who got the
quiet
best overall
motherfuckers.
player and who got the best overall steal, like in the sense of where they got them and shit, is like two different things. So right off the bat, I'm gonna still say Kayvon Thibodeau was the best player in this draft. So the Giants, in my opinion, especially at 5, got a steal. It's kind of a twofer, I guess, at that point. I think he's gonna be a fucking phenomenal fucking edge rusher. That's a guy who I wanted. You know, so I know this whole time we were talking about you know, if we were trading back, doing all this, I wanted to stay pat at 7. And hopefully that dude fell. Didn't happen, but that's fine. Obviously, we had a hell of a left tackle fall right in our lap. So, you know, that's the consolation prize. But, I mean, I'm still going to say the other side was, was it? Oh, yeah. Kyle Hamilton going to the fucking Ravens in like the middle of the first round after dude was projected like a first overall pick at one point, especially in a lot of mocks, like leading up to the draft. To me, that was just an absolute steal. And of course, the Ravens with the safety, they're gonna get every last bit out of that dude. Like that was, for me, that was a steal and a great pickup.
I'm gonna take it to Claire.
Sorry. I was actually going to say, are we just basing this who got the best player out of the first round or just overall?
In your opinion,
in my
in the entire draft.
Kind of with what Ray hit on as far as like value at the timing and, you know, the player that they got. In my opinion, I think the Philadelphia Eagles got the biggest steal as far as having a potential elite player. I know he's going to need surgery, but Nakobe Dean.
Oh my God.
What?
I was going to say the
Go
same
ahead,
thing. Go ahead.
Petey.
Oh, no, I was going to say
Okay,
something.
I was about to say, oh Lord, go ahead, Petey. But no, Nakobe Dean. Just biggest steal in the draft. You know, he was projected to go so high. A lot of people said it was because of his height. It's because he's going to need, I think, surgery on his pector, like on his pecs or somewhere. He's going to have surgery. That caused him to fall. But I even think post surgery, this guy is going to be an elite athlete. And I think, I mean, they got the best value ever with getting him. I think in the 3rd round, is that when they drafted him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's, I mean, by far the only other one that I had, if it was just based off just the first round alone, I think honestly the Ravens, I like, you know, Kyle Hamilton, but I think as far as like the Ravens in the first round, getting Linderbaum, I know we got Bozeman from them, but Linderbaum is going to be a career center for them up there. And he was all over the place in the first round, going really high, potentially falling, being in the middle. And I think they still got, you know, as far as just first round, I think the Ravens got the best first round value in a career center for them. So
one of the things I want to make very clear with y'all, I mean, the question is the best overall player. You know, it's not really so much on the value, just who do you think the best overall player? I mean,
That's why at first I just made it very clear Thibodeau, because in my opinion, Thibodeau was just the best.
The best player in the draft.
Right. So that's why I kept it like my first answer was it was a 2-part answer. That's why I said Thibodeau from the jump, because in my opinion, that was just the best player coming out, period. In my opinion. That's just me. But then obviously, yeah, I went Kyle Hamilton too, just because it was just fucking no-brainer for me. At 14, when you're projected first, you know, second, third pick, like that's you can't look the other way on that.
Let me just add something to it to make the question clearer, because I think that's on me. Which team got the best overall player in terms of and the fit? So you know what I'm saying Claire was on that with the fit and the fit. I'm gonna take it to Keeb and then I'm coming to Servo.
I think we did. I mean, in terms of the fit, in terms of the best offensive lineman coming out, I mean, it's kind of a hard question to answer in terms of any
Yeah,
sport
bro, I was thinking
because
about Matt Corral when you said that.
in terms of in terms of in terms of anything that we look at, you know, how do we assess the best player out of positions that have very little correlation with any of the other positions, right? So when you look at this, I look at it based on what we needed versus what the other teams needed, and no team in the NFL needed an offensive lineman in the first round like we did. I mean, I don't remember the last time. I wasn't watching Panther football the last time there was a first round caliber offensive lineman taken in our team. I was just not a fan at that time. I wasn't even watching football like that. I was playing it. I wasn't watching it. So we desperately needed an offensive lineman. We've talked about getting an offensive lineman for a very long time. And Ikem Ekwonu is, in my opinion, the best offensive lineman in terms of versatility, in terms of playing the tackle positions. He's been everywhere on that offensive line and does certain positions on that offensive line very well. He can play right tackle, left tackle, but for us, he will play left tackle. There's been some speculation with him playing right guard, but you know that
you saw he threw that shit in.
there's been some speculation. He will play left tackle for us, and then there is nobody in terms of bang for buck that Ikem Ekwonu gives to us versus any other team, point blank.
Mm-hmm. Servo.
I'd have to agree. Well, only partially. I'll agree and say that our match with Ikem Ekwonu was really the best case scenario because there were a lot of valid mock drafts that had him a top 3 player. And if the NFL wasn't so starved to put a quarterback or a defensive end as the top 1 or 2 picks, then he could have easily been the first pick, you know, in a number of drafts. And so I'm happy that we selected him. He has a physical profile that lacks nothing when you look at what he brings to the table from just a God-given talent standpoint. And then the fact that he's from Charlotte and he played football in the area, I think that his ceiling in terms of what he is able to project as, which is, you know, possibly a perennial all-pro player, is a far cry from what we have currently in terms of guys who have either, you know, missed the mark or had to play up. Like currently our best lineman, you know, from a tenure standpoint is Taylor Moton, and we were happy to get him, I think, in the second round of the draft that we got him in, but he didn't project on the same line as Ekwonu does, and for good reason. And so if we can have our rookie come in and be our best lineman day one, that's going to make everybody else's job easier. And the fact that he's going to play the hardest and most reclusive position to fulfill on the offensive line is just going to do wonders for us. But looking at the overall draft, there are 2 other guys that caught my attention. Sauce Gardner to the Jets was one of them. Generally, I'm not a big fan of taking cornerbacks or safeties in the top 15 picks just because I think that there are more important positions on the football field. But looking at Sauce Gardner and what he was able to do at Cincinnati and looking at like his physical presence, he's unique. He's very unique. You know, like he's similar to, you know, J.C. Horn, who we got last year in terms of him being an alpha dominant athlete. But he is unique in a completely different way. And he's unique in a way that I hadn't really seen in the NFL with any type of depth, in that when you look at him, he's really long and lean and sudden and aggressive. And the league just really, outside of players like Jalen Ramsey, they don't really have that. And so if you're going to get another Jalen Ramsey, then, you could have taken Jalen Ramsey happily at the top 3 of any draft at any time since he's been in the league. And then in terms of a third player, Aiden Hutchinson for the Detroit Lions, I think was a safer pick than the number 1 overall pick. I think that he's, a blue collar, technique oriented player that doesn't lack anything for the position. I like Kayvon Thibodeau, and, none of his personality traits are really a red flag for me, but just the technician that Aiden Hutchinson is. I just like to know what I'm getting play in and play out. And so those 3 guys, more so than anybody else in particular, are representative of like the best picks. There are other guys that got picked for value later, but we'll talk about those guys later, I'm sure.
Oh, damn.
Damn, Servo. Hey, bro. Servo
See, that's why I wanted to go first, because like sometimes it's like, how the hell do you follow up Servo sometimes, bro?
Exactly.
It was a good draft for us, man. I missed y'all bad.
Big Cat, man.
Panthers and Kwanu.
That's it.
Just that simple.
Yeah, I mean the guy was literally selected to be a top 3 pick, and you're talking about a guy who was pounding the table for Micaiah Becton. And I'm not saying that he is Micaiah Becton. He might be a little better if you ask me, but we got a real dog out there, man. You know what I mean? Especially in the run game. I'm not worried about him struggling at pass blocking. He has the physical tools, man. He has the height, the weight, the size. You know what I mean? It's just about developing him. If he fails at left tackle, it's because the Carolina Panthers and James Campen allow him to fail at left tackle because they didn't develop him. But we got a stud, man. And for a guy who was slated to be a top 3 pick, for him to fall at 6, best deal in the NFL.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pretty quick.
Well, everything that you guys said, I agree with, but I'm gonna switch gears, and I think Big Cat's gonna love this one. I'm gonna say the Philadelphia Eagles. Jordan Davis, that motherfucker. I'm sorry, that guy is a monster, dog. Dude's a monster. They got the biggest steal for me. Jordan Davis.
Kendall, I see you, man. I'll let you in a second.
And I'm stuck between the Jaguars as well too with Trayvon Walker, but I'm gonna have to say the Eagles though.
Hey, man, I agree with Big Cat and Servo and my little bro Keeb, man. I'm just gonna keep it quick. Kwanu, man. Kwanu was at one point was considered to be the best player in the draft. The number 1 selection, and we got him, and it was what we needed. The Carolina Panthers finally did the right fucking thing in the draft, and yeah, I think that's gonna pay off for us majorly.
Trey Daddy did right by us.
Me out and the boy Kendall the GOAT was in the building, man.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
What's up, Kendall?
I can't call it.
We're going over the questions for the show, man. We'll fill you in.
Yeah, I was
It's
sitting
you.
back. I just got in, just listening a little bit. I don't know what the topic is.
Got you. It's just questions about the draft, bro.
Okay.
All right, so next question is, which team selected the next MVP in the draft? I'm going to come to Big Cat first on that.
Now,
Hey, Kendall, you got to mute that mic, bro.
I muted it.
Come to me last. I got to do my research.
All right, I'm going to start off with I'm not going with Servo because he'll fuck up everybody's answer. Who wants to follow that? I'm going to Keeb, man.
Wow, I don't, boy, it's that's a very tough question to answer. The NFL has a fixation in giving MVPs to quarterbacks, but if we're going to a non-biased league, because it is very biased. If you're going to a non-biased league,
It's just in your opinion, bro.
Man, I will say this. In terms of the most versatile player, it is Kayvon Thibodeau. And if his trajectory and his development is anything as we projected it to be, of course we're in a very positive mindset because we did want to draft him. I did want to draft him. If his trajectory is anything that we've talked about on and as tape suggests, I think it's him, really. I don't remember the last time an edge player, if ever, was an MVP, but could be the first.
Claire. That's probably not going to happen, though, Keeb. You know, they hate defense.
I know
was
they
gonna
do. That's
say-
why I
was
said
gonna
it's
say,
non-biased.
If I based it off of non-bias,
Yeah, not biased.
I had a hard time with this. And the first thing that came to mind when I heard that was, well, there's two people. They're both on defense that actually came to mind, which was Trent McDuffie, who played for Washington. I think he got drafted by Kansas City. But I just remember watching this guy, and I watch a lot of Washington football now just because my niece, committed to that school. So I do it to support her. But I remember watching this kid and just being in awe. He may not be considered the best cornerback in this draft, but just what I saw of him on tape is enough for me to say that he could definitely be in an MVP running if there was ever such a thing as a non-biased league and not handing a quarterback the MVP title. I fell in love with Trent McDuffie. And I honestly don't see why he couldn't be MVP of the league if there could ever not be a position that's, biased to just quarterbacks. And the only other person that really came to mind was Aiden Hutchinson. I think he's a monster. I mean, I know there's a lot of monster defensive players, especially that came out of Georgia, but Aiden Hutchinson he's a star. He's elite. He's going to start. Everybody knows that. And I don't see why he couldn't even be in the running for that either. So if you attest it to non-bias, if you say it is biased and we look at quarterbacks, most obvious answer, I guess, based off of just what we've seen in the draft, would be obviously Pittsburgh Steelers and Kenny Pickett being regarded the most NFL-ready quarterback in this draft class. But that would be the biased answer, I suppose.
Yeah, I want you guys to keep this shit kind of realistic, too. No fucking O-lineman is going to win this shit.
Yeah, but neither is Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I was
Right.
about
So,
to
so
say.
I'll,
when
keep
you
it-
say
I'll keep
keep
it.
it,
I'll jump in and keep it realistic and say not none of them. Not none of them.
Hey, that's a realistic answer, Pap.
Damn straight it is. Because listen, I'm tired of this whole MVP thing. They might as well just call it the best quarterback in the league award. Like that's just what the MVP has come. Just like we sit here and complain about the Pro Bowl and how the Pro Bowl ain't shit anymore. It's just fucking, I don't even know what you want to call the fucking Pro Bowl anymore, honestly. So with that being said, it's just like that's what it comes to me with this whole MVP thing. It's like if you're not a quarterback, like you ain't getting it. Because like let me put it this way, I think the last time somebody not a quarterback had a chance at it was Christian McCaffrey when he broke that record and everything with the whole 1,000 shit. But it's just like again, you're not going to get that from a team with shitty record also. So they just need to turn around and start calling. They just need to call this shit the quarterback, the most valuable quarterback or whatever the hell, and stop doing that shit. I mean, they do have offensive player of the year, so we can go that route. But again, yeah, not to be funny, I legitimately think not one of these people, honestly, because like the best players in this draft are a lot of the defensive players, and you ain't getting no defensive MVP. There ain't no. I can't say. Let me put it this way, and I'll end it on that. I can't say there are any Lawrence Taylors in this draft. There's a lot of great talent. I just don't think there's any Lawrence Taylors in this draft.
Kendall. Let me unmute him, man.
Kendall.
All right, we come back to him pretty quick. PD.
I'm gonna say Nakobe Dean.
You a liar.
I'm just switching gears. I'm gonna say Nakobe Dean. I really want to say who I really want to say is Matt Corral because all he has to do is do better. And your boy
damn,
Sam Darnold.
goddamn,
Said
PD.
MVP.
I knew you were the first one to say that shit.
We ain't said
I'm
MVP.
gonna be the one. I'm
I mean,
a
Drew
stand by. I'm a stand
Brees
by.
never got a MVP, bro. But okay.
All he has to do is do better than Sam Darnold.
Man, you and Cole, god damn
That
it.
that doesn't make him an MVP by being better than Sam
He
Darnold.
gonna be able to change that. He gonna be able to change that
that's an
whole.
easy thing to
That makes
do.
him
Is be better
that
than
makes
Sam
him just. I'm not even gonna touch that. That's too easy.
I got my belief.
The
You don't
That's
change
called
my
faith.
mind.
That's called
the crazy
faith.
shit
I don't
is
know about
Petey
belief.
Quick. The crazy shit is Petey Quick is he might be giving the most realistic answer of them all. Of chance, since y'all said it's gonna be a quarterback, who's most likely to fucking get it? I'm not going with that shit though. That's stupid. He might be the MVP.
That's fine. That's fine. I stand by. Now I want my
But,
credit when it happened though. I
hope
want
he's
my credit when it
Hope
happens.
he's right.
I hope so. Hope it's being recorded. Because I want my
Catch you right
credit
now.
when it happens. You know what happened to the last person that bet me, right?
Yeah, he's on there. It's a big cat. Big cat, you ready now?
All right, go ahead with the question.
What did you say, man?
What was the question?
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm multitasking. Go ahead.
Which team picked the future MVP?
Nigga, do we got a crystal ball around here? Look, man, I mean, you know, it's hard to answer that question, man. That's a real silly,
Man, that's why it's just in your pick. You can say like Ray. Ray said none of them motherfuckers.
silly ass question here. But if I gotta go anybody, man, I guess I gotta go with Chris Olave from Ohio State, man. When he with the Saints. You know, if he come into the league and catch fire, shoot, man. They may got something on their hand. You know, Jameis Winston, I know we laugh at him, man, but he started off the season pretty hot. So
Don't do that shit.
I don't know, bro. Hey,
Don't do that
Please
shit.
don't.
Don't do
You
that
ain't
shit
gotta
with
hate.
Twan
Ray,
around.
you ain't gotta
Come
hate
on, big
every
cat.
show.
Don't do that shit with Twan around.
If this
You ain't
man
gotta
come in
hate
and torch
every-
us, he could torch our ass. You know what I mean?
You ain't gotta hate every show.
I love football because I realized football
Twan,
is
you
what I
got me,
was
Twan?
missing.
Can you hear me, Twan?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Every show.
All right. I'm gonna keep asking you what quarterback from Miami.
Fuck out of here.
Other
Fuck
than-
out of here, bro. Fuck out of
other
here, bro.
than-
I got two
only
in the
one
Hall
that's
of
worth
Fame. What's
mentioning
up?
is
What
the
you
motherfucker
got?
with the Bills.
I got two in the Hall of Fame. I got a good couple ones, but what you got?
Ray, how long ago, Ray?
I don't
So now
give a
you
shit.
sound
You
like
can't take it
now you
from
sound
me.
like a Dallas
Bro,
Cowboys fan.
I'm sick and tired of that being
Now you
y'all's
sound like a
argument.
Dallas
Just
Cowboys
like
fan. How
you
long
ain't
ago,
taking my
Ray?
Raptors ring either, just because of X, Y, and Z. We
How
still got
long
it. You
ago,
ain't
Ray?
taking it, bro. It's all right. Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep.
Hey, Petey Quick, ask Ray how long ago.
How long ago?
Yo, watch. Peep this. Nobody
Ray, you on
fucking
that Dallas
cares, Twan.
Cowboys shit, man.
Nobody fucking cares, Twan.
You on that Dallas Cowboys shit.
Oh, okay.
The second time you done brought this up too.
Proceed, big cat.
He
My
even
bad.
showed us the roster and everything.
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
Shit, man. I was gonna say motherfucking. Hey, look, fuck it, man. I gotta go with Chris Olave, man. Wide receivers win that shit sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? And yes,
Sometimes.
and yes, Jameis Winston is a throwing quarterback. So that's the most likely choice in this draft. Do I think he'll ever win it? No. But if I had to take a fucking pick, that's what
I
I'm
mean,
going
I've
with.
got him as offensive rookie of the year.
Servo, man.
There we go. That's more realistic, Claire.
Tell these motherfuckers what's up, Servo.
I just
Quickly.
agree. I agree with Ray. That's it. I agree with Ray. I think
None
that
of it.
the MVP award has been more closely associated with quarterbacks, and if not them, then maybe a running back or maybe a transcendent linebacker or hybrid defensive player type. But I don't see anybody in this draft, being even over the course of their career, the best player amongst their peers in the NFL. This was just it was a less heralded quarterback class. Some people would term it a different way. I think that Matt Corral and Kenny Pickett have the best chance to shine, because their situations are more friendly to success. But I still don't think they'll be what, dare I say, Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson is on an individual impact basis. And the defensive players in this draft are solid, but even as good as the defensive ends are, I don't think Hutchinson is what the Bosas or the Watts are. Like J.J. Watt, I don't know if he won an MVP. I know he's probably been very close, if not winning. I know he's probably got a Defensive Player of the Year award, but with the edge rushing presence, he still had to have versatility and a favorable personality to be beloved. And that's the one thing that kind of slows Thibodeau's role, is that he's not as well received and doesn't seem to really care to manage his image as much as those other guys. So I just don't think there's an MVP in this draft class. I could be wrong. I've been wrong every day about a lot of things in life, but I think the last player drafted that has a good chance to be an MVP is Joe Burrow. Other than that, I don't see another talent that's unique or has as favorable of a situation to come in and be like the top dog. So we'll see.
Servo, do you see the screen? Can y'all see the screen, man?
Mhm.
I did. I saw that it was some.
I think it's gonna be Servo after every fucking every answer, bro. Damn, bro. Hey, look, bro. Don't make us look bad, man. Just answer the fucking question.
Hold on. Let me ask Servo a question real quick. Servo, do you be asking questions during the Panthers? When they do the little what they call it? The game. What is it called?
That's called a press conference, there,
Press
buddy.
conference.
Somebody help him out, man.
Thank you. Press conference. It be sounding like you sometimes in a press conference.
Nah.
I'm looking at it.
My existence is trying not to get fired after games. You know what I'm saying? By going and bothering the people who write the stories in the press box. And so I go in there and occasionally I may say something that, poke somebody the wrong way. But I've learned to, over time, just frustration, and history has just made me kind of more recluse. So I'm happy to talk to anybody about anything, especially if they have weight in the organization, but they haven't listened before. So, it is what it is.
I swear it be sounding like you sometimes. Is that Servo in there?
Nah, bro. It's not me. I probably would have been terminated long ago if they had some of the shit that I say on record. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Keith, did I get you, Keith?
Yeah, you did. I think I was the first one to go. I don't know.
Okay, keep it right there, man. Keep it right there, Keith.
Hey, Keith, I agree with you too. You pretty much echoed first what Ray was saying, but much love though. My bad. I ain't mean to interrupt you. Y'all go ahead.
You good?
No, you good.
Keith, which team had the best overall draft?
That's a very interesting question because I had people are not gonna like what I have to say because they don't look at it as one of the best drafts in this NFL draft class. But when you correlate it with
let me get my pictures ready.
When you correlate it with who got the most top 250 players in this draft versus who was able to draft in terms of their needs, it has to be us, hands down. People have Green Bay, people have Eagles, but when you correlate both of those two in terms of who got the most bang for their buck versus who filled out their rosters, we come in second in each one, but the first places they're interchangeable. The Eagles are one in one of the charts. Green Bay is first in the other chart. But in terms of who capsulated both sides, and I feel like that's how you should grade a draft, right? Who got the most value versus who filled out their rosters for the betterment of their team. This is not to say that this team will win anything, because I mean, last year the Jaguars had the best draft, taking one of the best offensive players coming out ever since God knows who. I mean, one of the best quarterbacks coming out in terms of college, right? So I think the Carolina Panthers won this draft because they made smart moves. They stayed where they were, and at times they made good deals to take good players, and they traded up to get a quarterback that they needed, who had very good potential in the first place. So I think it's us, and this is without bias, of course.
I'm coming to Petey quick, and I guarantee he says the Eagles. Go ahead, Petey. I know you're quiet because I picked it right?
No, I would say us.
Oh my Lord.
I would
What are
say
y'all
Carolina
doing?
Panthers.
Picking y'all fucking toenails or some shit with the late responses, man?
Negative. I guess you guys are not hearing me. That should keep delaying. But however, I would say Carolina Panthers for sure. Like I said, just like Keith just said, pretty much. We just thought our needs.
Nah.
But that's his opinion. We're gonna roll with it. Ray Pabon, man.
Man, I swear, all you motherfuckers think we're winning 8+ games.
We did not say that. We did not say that.
Oh,
Speak
man,
on it, Ray.
the way you be talking about these drafts.
That wasn't the question, though, Ray.
We did not say that.
Hey, Twan, you like how I worked that in, though.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, as I sit here cooking, I just can't help but think that why do we have so many cheerleaders fans in here right now? This is not usually how this goes.
It's a debate show.
I'm very disappointed in all you right now that said us.
Ray and I are probably about to be on the same train. Let's go, Ray.
So don't get me wrong. Like, I like our draft. It was cool and all. Like, and if Corral pans out, that's cool. And obviously we know Icky's gonna be a fantastic left tackle. But I can't sit there and say us when I look around and see steals and just see great draft classes. Period overall, like from top to bottom. Like, no wasted picks. Like, I guess my question is, like, where do y'all see Barno, 3-4 years from now? Where do y'all see, a lot of these dudes that we got in the later rounds? You know what I'm saying? They're even going to be on the fucking team. I like that shit. So with that being said, it's just I can't sit there and say us, even though, of course, I would love to, but I can't. I got to be real. So that's cool and all. If you think it's us, that's great. Like, that's what a great fan would say. I guess I'm not a great fan.
But Ray, what are you basing it off of, Ray?
But I try to stick to reality as much as possible, and I just
Ray, what are you basing it off of, Ray? What are you basing it off of?
First off, we hardly had that many picks. Yes, we picked Icky, and that was a need.
Ray, you can stop right there. Amount of picks. Now continue.
I mean, that's just one. That's not the main reason. Twan, chill. But yes, obviously, the amount of picks doesn't exactly help. And then again, when you have the needs we have, it also doesn't look as great. Like, you can't necessarily go best available. At the moment, at 7, I think, yes, Icky was the best available, so that was a no-brainer. But you can't tell me trading up into the 3rd round and grabbing Matt Corral was, the best thing at the moment. Again, I hope he pans out. But at the same time, like, you know how this shit goes, Twan, especially Claire, because I know we've talked about this a couple times. Don't you hate it when you go back and look at a certain player that was drafted in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, whatever, and you're like, wow, what a wasted pick? Because at the time you look a pick or 2 or 3 or 4 picks later, you got some dude that is balling the hell out right now. And it's just like, so you're telling me dude was just sitting there in our lap and we went with this dude. We cut this man, and this dude over here is a fucking perennial all-pro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking. I'm looking at it from, I guess, really just to keep it simple and my spiel is just being hurt in the past by a lot of these draft picks and shit. Like, it looks promising as fuck.
So it's emotional.
They get out there.
So it's emotional.
It's not emotional. See, y'all can call it emotional, but I'm going to call it exactly what it is. I've seen it and felt it. So it's just that simple.
What team? Ray.
He like a mad X. He's a mad X.
Yeah, you better chill the fuck out. Go grab your phone charger.
What team had the best draft?
I don't know. I can't say that. I guess I'll give you the Jags had a solid draft. The Jets had a good draft. The Ravens had a good draft. And I guess the reason I'll say the Jags and the Jets is they don't typically draft the greatest, but they both have pretty good draft classes. The Ravens always draft pretty well. So just another great draft class, in my opinion. I would go with those three.
There, go ahead.
Bing, bing bong.
So
We just
Good
wanna
luck.
hear y'all picks.
I'll just Ray is going through it. All right.
I'm just sitting here
So-
chefing it up, and I'm feeling the type of way. My bad, y'all.
No, you're
We know,
good.
we know, we know.
So for
Y'all
me,
should've never picked
I
that.
said the Jets. I said the Jets. I mean, they got Sauce Gardner, they got a cornerback, then they got a linebacker, offensive tackle, wide receiver, running back, tight end. They covered everything. They took care of both sides, and they got really good picks as well. I mean, Garrett Wilson, he's a solid wide receiver. Breece Hall, running back. Jermaine Johnson, linebacker. Max Mitchell, as an offensive tackle. I even had us taking him potentially later in mock drafts at one point. And then Jeremy Ruckert at tight end. They took care of their team. I can't say anything. I mean, there are other, like the Jags, yes, like what Ray was saying, the Jags I had listed, but I mean, to me, the Jets just hit the nail on the head in positions where they knew that they needed help, and they got great guys. So I say the Jets.
I'm going with the team that always wins the fucking draft, it seems, the last 5 years, and that's the fucking Ravens. They just cannot lose with this shit.
Y'all want to call me emotional and all that shit, but then both y'all named 2 of the 3 teams I said have the best drafts. Okay.
I didn't call you
I guess
emotional.
because
I just said you were
no,
going
I guess
through
I guess it's because I said something about the Panthers. God fucking forbid. Y'all just want to be pampered
that
and,
was-
and fucking be
it
cheerleaders.
it
all
was
the
me
goddamn
who
time.
said it.
My team, y'all turning in some goddamn Cowboys fans is what you turning into. Delirious, fucking.
It was me who said it, and it was versus.
delusional as fuck. Delusional
It was-
as fuck.
it was-
My bad. I'll shut up.
It was
I'll shut
aimed
up.
at your comment
I'll
about
stop.
the
I'll stop.
about the win
Y'all
and losses.
delusional.
That's what
Big
I
Cat.
said.
Proceed. My bad.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
There's a couple teams you could add, like you said, the Ravens, Jets, but I'm going with the Jaguars. Travion Walker, he was a reach at number 1.
Jaguars.
Yeah, but let me explain. He was a reach at number 1, but the kid can play. They got Devin Lloyd,
Mm-hmm.
got Luke Fortner, which was the number 1 center in the SEC, and they got Chad Muma. Let me tell you guys something real quick. The Jaguars are going to be
Moore gonna be that guy, bro.
Hold on. Jaguars are going to be a sneaky team this year. Let me tell you what they did with their offensive line. They re-signed Cam Robinson. They brought in Brandon Sheriff. And now you got Luke Fortner as your center. Number 1 SEC center, by the way. Offensive line looking better for Trevor Lawrence. Let me take a look at their defense here. When it comes to their linebacking core, listen to their linebacking core. Just listen. Devin Lloyd, Josh Allen, former Kentucky Josh Allen, Travion Walker, Chad Muma. These guys are going to be for real, man. They hit so many different positions, man. They fixed that offensive line. They're getting, 2 things you need. You need to be able to protect your quarterback, and you need to be able to get after your quarterback. And this is something they did in both sides of the ball. Don't sleep on the Jaguars. They did bring in Christian Kirk from the Cardinals. Not really high on him. But with that offensive line, give Trevor Lawrence another time. I think he's going to make the biggest jump in year 2, Trevor Lawrence, because of what they did in the draft. So Jaguars won the draft easily.
Big Cat, I'll just add a question to that. Just for you. Or if anybody wants to answer shit. So you saying the Jaguars are going to have a better record than us?
I'm not going to say that, but I'll say Trevor Lawrence makes a bigger jump.
Gotcha.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars, I don't think they're going to make the playoff, but it's not going to be a cakewalk. I'll tell you that. When you play the Jaguars this year, you got some boys out there, man. They're going to get after your ass, and they're going to be able to protect Trevor Lawrence. And they got him a weapon. Look, they got Laviska Shenault, and they got Christian Kirk and Marvin Jones Jr. So they got some pieces, man. I don't know if they'll be a better record than us, but you're not. Listen, it's going to be a dogfight when you go to Jacksonville.
Look, man. Yeah, I mean, shit, I forgot about Chenault. That motherfucker's on the rise. Servo.
Yo, I'm just gonna echo a lot of agreements with what y'all are already saying. The Jets had a great draft. They're all already on the way up. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, their last pick, hold on, let me see right here. Their last pick was in the 4th round. So they didn't even really have to, contend with having to, dig deep for value picks. I really like most of the guys that they got, except for taking Breece Hall over Kenneth Walker. I think that was, a mistake. You can't really say it was a mistake because Breece Hall is no scrub, but I just, in running back land, prefer one over the other. And I think he was a key player in this draft that a lot of teams missed out on, and a lot of teams could have got better if they would have added him. And to go back to what Big Cat was saying, one of football's sub games is to get after the quarterback and protect your quarterback. And this was a draft where the talent was centered around doing those two things, not necessarily scoring points. There was a lot of wide receiver talent, but I think that that's going to be constant in drafts going forward because they're able to train the position and supply the position with so many able bodies that they're able to plug and play a lot more players. But this year, there were a lot of quality pass rushers and offensive linemen, whereas those are generally positions of scarcity in most drafts. And so in general, the teams that got better at what they were already doing, because when you have a strong offensive line, it makes everybody be able to do their job better. So your running backs are better, your quarterback is better, your receivers are better, etc. Same thing on defense. And a lot of teams got a lot of that type of talent, but the Jets, the Ravens, of course, and then surprisingly us, just to talk about our draft and why we could have one of the better drafts when it's all said and done. Again,
Amen.
we got what's that?
Amen. No, preach. I like what you're talking.
Yeah. I mean, we hadn't selected a premier lineman in a long time. Like, we got Taylor Moton, and that was several years ago. And then we had
they go Guru with that bullshit.
We had Andrew Norwell fall in our lap and become a good player. And then we had Trey Turner, who was a pretty good player, but we generally just haven't selected offensive line talent in the top 2 or 3 rounds in most drafts. And that plagued us for a long time. And so to get Ekwonu, and to get Cade Mays, who will probably make the roster and hopefully, be serviceable, to get 2 linemen in one draft. And then I think we might have brought in a free agent. I can't call to mind right now who the free agent we might have signed is. No. It is. It's we got a center from
Bradley Bozeman.
That's right, Bozeman, who's no slouch at all. And so to add 2 quality starters, one in the draft that is going to be a 5 to 10 year good guy. And my wild card for our draft class this year is Brandon Smith out of Penn State, because he may not have the same set of accolades as a lot of the Georgia guys or a lot of the SEC guys, but guys that go to Penn State can just flat out play linebacker. And up there, it's more about matching the physical profile that works in the NFL. And if a lot of teams could redo it, they would have drafted the kid Micah Parsons, is that his name, for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people would have been happy if they had a top 3 pick and you could redo last year's draft. They would be happy to have Micah Parsons as a top 3 pick. And so to get a linebacker that comes into our defense and stands at 6'3", 241 pounds, and if he sticks, that's going to do a lot for us, because when that hits you, it's going to hit you different than what you get with a Jermaine Carter. I love Jermaine Carter and I love Shaq Thompson, but just physically what they bring as a linebacker, it takes extra for you to feel more from them. And so if he's able to, progress and become, a starter, then he'll help what our team needs to be, because those are the type of linebackers that, can stop guys and give, offensive coordinators pause because they don't want their guys hit by guys like that.
Right.
So, hopefully, Matt Corral, I hadn't talked a lot about him. I think he could be good. I think that he's, our best case scenario is for him to take over as a starter, and his skill set is such where, he's not dissimilar to, say, Kirk Cousins from a skill set. Think if you could have a less polished, less cerebral version of Kirk Cousins, but more physically gifted and more liked and more a locker room guy. I know that, he had some quote unquote red flags, but, those are the types of players that have an edge and the types of players that guys gravitate to and want to play harder with and for. And so I like that about him. And if he hadn't gotten injured, in the last game that he played, he would have been a much higher pick. So for all it's worth, with this quarterback class being what it was, we came out fair, and I think that, though, like, we're among the teams that are gonna over time see that we did well in this draft. A lot of teams, got better, but they didn't get better in popular ways that's gonna produce like superstar gaudy numbers. They're just gonna help their guys they already had be better, and the new guys will be able to come in and have a less steep hill to climb.
Mr. Servo, pause, right? Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. All right. So with that being said, what you just said, pretty much. All right. Would you not agree that running game has got even better? No matter who's toting that ball, whether it be Chuba, whether it be Christian McCaffrey, or whether it be Dante.
I do. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. And I like Deontay Foreman a lot. He's a good complement to Christian when Christian is healthy. And whenever Christian is healthy, he can help almost any quarterback, look great, especially, a guy like Matt Corral with a quick release, because, if he gets into trouble or the play just dictates it, or, Christian's feeling good, you got a guy who can really get it to him quick, and throw off platform and improvise and be there late in plays to give, him another chance. And, he matches a lot of our other personnel. DJ Moore runs up and down the receiving tree, the route tree. So he's a threat in a variety of, distances, and that should help Corral have an easier time getting into the offense. We still don't have what we want at tight end per se, but time will tell if anybody can make a step or if we make a move. But
I like the undrafted one that we got. I like the size, pause. I like the fact that I think he might. Yeah, I had to plug it in. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to plug it in there. But yeah, I like that undrafted tight end that we picked up. I think we say like 6'3".
Yeah, I saw the YouTube video that Big Cat put out, and that was the first I had seen of him. I honestly hadn't followed him, but he seems to be better than a lot of the guys that we've selected in drafts of past. Like, he's better than what Bo Sandland was, right? And so, if he can come in and challenge Ian Thomas or force Ian Thomas into a starter's production, then we're all the better for it. We'll see.
Right. But see, as far as the production, as far as like being better, I was morally talking about adding Keem Icky to the lineup and adding Mays as well too. We pretty much gonna be fired at that running game, man. We got even better. He's gonna be able to be like a hog molly on the left tackle side.
Yeah, our running backs are better too, though. And it's funny because Twan sent me the questions earlier, and I was like, damn, I don't even know what I'm gonna say for all these questions. But but for our running back
Tell you
depth,
right now, you're doing a pretty damn good job.
y'all may remember that I wasn't a big fan of Mike Davis. And I like Deontay Foreman a lot better than Mike Davis. He just occasionally can be on the mend, but a lot of running backs, get hurt at different times. But he helps Christian, and he's a true power back. But when you look at the backfield right now with Christian, him, and then did we continue to keep Amir Abdullah? Is he still on the team?
He is not.
He is not.
We have, I think it goes as far as depth. It goes as far as I think Spencer Brown and maybe one other guy.
I don't
I like
know why
Spencer
they
too.
got
I like
rid of
Spencer.
Abdullah.
I like Spencer though. I do like Spencer Brown.
So guys, for sake of time, we got to move on, bro. We got like more questions. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I don't
Cool,
want
my
to keep
bad.
everybody here
Cool.
all night. I know Claire got to do shit. I mean, she got a sick kid, so damn. Claire's
I'm
like,
hoping
look,
she's
you want the
asleep.
whole world to know that shit.
It's fine. I'm hoping she's actually asleep.
Hey, look, man. Look, the next question is, who had the worst overall draft? I'm gonna go take myself first because I'm gonna be very quick with this. It was
Same.
definitely the fucking New England Patriots.
That's
I don't
what
know
I have.
what
on.
the fuck Belichick was doing. First of all, he picked Cole Strange in the third round. It was a third round person that he picked in the first. My fault. And then he picked Tyquan Thornton, Marcus Jones, Jack Jones,
Bailey
Nevin
Zappi.
Hurd, Bailey Zappi at quarterback, Pierre Strong at running back, Kevin at running back. He got another running back, Sam Roberts at D tackle, Chasen Hines at center, and Andrew Stuber. I've never heard of him in my life. Well, I haven't. I mean, I'm gonna fuck if he went to Michigan. Tackle out of there. I'm going right to the little bro Key.
Yeah, so I was saying this in the midst of the draft, and I know someone on this panel was like, believe in Belichick, but that's not either there. Let's move on. You know who it was.
That's why I
so
called
Bill
that shit out immediately.
Yeah, Bill Belichick, man. He has a very yeah, man. I don't know. It's like it's one of those things where you want to believe in this man, but then he goes on and does this. So it really makes that Tom Brady argument even stronger. But anyway, so that's neither here or there. I agree with you, Twan. It's one of those things where it's like, that draft was like, what are you doing at this point? Like, why Bailey Zappi? Like, there was literally no reason for him to do so. But I guess he's so hell bent on. I guess he has a fixation and a type. He looks for a type. And I would even throw a couple of other teams out there too, in terms of like who really paid the most for top level talent in the draft. I would say Seattle. I'm looking at maybe the Broncos too. They paid a heavy toll for the amount of talent they received. So you could really throw a lot of the the tail end of those teams in, and it could really be anybody. But Bill Belichick, just because he's one of the name brand coaches that you want to believe in, and he does this. So yeah.
I'm gonna do this strategically. I'm coming to Ray now. Ray, who had the worst draft?
Why are you laughing?
Because I was waiting for you to be spiteful and say us or something.
That's exactly why I went to Ray.
You kind of stole my thunder. No,
hey, bro, I know what the fuck
Sorry.
to do, bro. Two things. One, you caught me mid-hit, and two, you stole my thunder. Excuse me. So with that being said, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's us. I could say it's fucking us, but I'm not gonna say it's us. Yeah, it's us. I mean, I'm just saying, like, no, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna give you what you want. You want me to go there? I'm not. Like, listen, like at the end of the day, I don't think our draft class was bad. I do remember saying very clearly I wasn't a fan of giving away draft capital to move up to get a guy that was clearly a project. It could end up being a great project, but at the moment it's a project. So like I was, wasn't exactly a fan of that. But no, that doesn't. I'm not going to sit there and have that take away from the rest of the draft and what those players could be. And obviously, like I said, getting in my opinion, basically generational talent at left tackle. That's easily our left tackle for a good 10, 12, 14 years. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sound contradictory, like, because I know Big Cat brings up Walker at 1 overall. Just saying, obviously, I even said the Jags had basically one of the better drafts, but I feel like that one pick right there kind of took them from having the absolute greatest draft to like they had a great draft, if that makes sense. Like I think that was a little bit of a reach. I think Aiden would have been the better pick there. Hell, even Kayvon would have been, Thibodeau would have been a better pick there. I don't know. Just kind of like I said, there's no fucking MVP. I can't really say. I mean, I feel like no. I will go there. I will say, but y'all are talking about Bill Belichick, and I think to myself, we all crown this man like the best head coach now, maybe even ever, yada yada. And it's just like, but if you really look back to it, like he doesn't exactly always draft the greatest. Like my man couldn't really draft a corner to save his life for the most part. He was swinging and missing there left and right often. And the same thing with receivers. I think that was the first surprise of the draft, was it not? I believe they traded up to get a receiver. So it's just. I'll go with the Patriots, but this shit's kind of hard to tell this goddamn early. On paper, for me, it's the Patriots. Even though I wanted to say us, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, Big Cat.
Yeah, easy, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Carolina Panthers, man. Outside of Ekwonu, they really missed. I'll put it to you like this. First of all,
we had the worst draft.
Well, let me explain. When it comes to outside of Ekwonu, that's the only thing they really did right. We didn't have any draft picks. The Panthers continue to reach for a quarterback. I don't know what it is, their fixation with drafting a quarterback that's not ready. At the end of the day, the Carolina Panthers are a hard-headed child. And you know what the Bible says about a hard-headed child? Spoiled the ride. Spoiled the ride. You know what I mean? So
soft behind.
That's right. Soft behind. That's right. So check this out, man. If the Panthers would just sit back and wait and allow for the Sam Darnold thing to play out, you possibly could find yourself in a top 5 position in one of the strongest quarterback class coming out next year. Instead, you trade up into one of the weakest quarterback classes and take a project. And when you clearly have needs elsewhere. Now, let me tell you this. Then they take a linebacker. They take a linebacker from Penn State that can't stop the run. This guy's nothing more than a hit stick. He can't cover. I'll give him that. He's an athletic freak. He can't cover. But guess what your defense struggles at for the last 3 years? The Carolina Panthers are a bottom-tier team when it comes to stopping the run. And what do? You go get a running back. You go get a linebacker who cannot stop the run. Then you go take a defensive end who runs a 4.3 in his underwears.
Wait, hold on. Was he talking shit about Brian Burns?
No.
No, Brandon Smith.
Oh, then you go out here and you go get Amari Barno, a guy who runs 4.3, a converted linebacker to defensive end because he runs a 4.3. I'm just not feeling it, man. I think if the Panthers would have been a little more patient, they could have picked up another defensive piece that can really help out. But instead, we got the hot butt, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be the same thing going into this year. You guys get ready to experience a lot of pain. I'm a Panthers fan through and through, but I know bullshit when I smell it. Trust me. Me and Tron talk about it a lot of times. Listen, man, I got a nose for it, man. I just don't feel good about this, man. I think there's some promise, but it's not this year.
I think it is because y'all had promise about Sam Darnold and see how that turned out.
Well, it's kind of hard to have promise of Sam Darnold when you got 10 different lineman combinations in the NFL. Number one, by the way, 10 different lineman combinations.
Yeah, Big Cat in like 11 or 12 weeks at that.
In 11 or 12 weeks. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Amen, Ray. Amen, brother Ray.
Hey, fuck you, Guru. He said Brian Burns can't stop the run either.
He over pursues. That's all. That's on his problem. But I did say the same thing about Brandon Smith, though.
Again, we're not fixing problems. We're drafting to save Matt Rule's job. We didn't draft to get better. Outside of Ekwonu, we didn't draft to get better. We drafted to save Matt Rule's ass, and that's going to cost him his ass.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I never thought of it like that. Damn, did we draft to save Matt Rule's job?
Yes.
I think a few of us
knew
have
that.
been saying that.
Yeah, we just said it a long time
the
ago.
thing, the only reason why I'm gonna kick back on that is why the fuck would Scott Fitterer want to save Matt Rule's job?
We're about to go 7-10 or less,
He's
and
trying to
this
get
man's
rid of
gonna
that
lose his
motherfucker,
this man's
Facts.
gonna lose his job.
Facts.
Oh wow, Ray, you actually rose up your.
No, I
your
said
chest.
7-10 or less. So like
Even-
6,
Oh, okay.
6-11, 5-12. I mean, I'm thinking 6-11 is where I'm really want to like cement myself. But like I said, 5 to 7 wins is what this team looks like on paper right now.
And you said Matt Rule will lose his job after that record.
Correct.
God, I hope so.
I'm going right back to Keith now, man. Hey, Keith,
Oh,
tell
Lord.
him why. Tell him why if we win 7 wins, Matt Rule would not be fired.
Yeah,
Why? Because that's a
I
2-win improvement over his first 2 years that were 5 wins. Get the fuck out of here.
I know this argument. Oh, hold on. Did Servo go with that last question?
No, I'm still here.
Go ahead, Servo. No, I'll give you the floor. Go ahead to answer that last question.
See, now you done fucked up, Keith.
Yeah, bro.
No, I like hearing Servo talk.
No, it's all good. Refresh me on the exact question. I'm listening to you.
The original
Go
question is who had the worst draft?
Oh, who had the worst draft?
Yeah, I'll go after Servo.
No, it's all good. I honestly for the picks they had and what they had to do, I'll say the Buffalo Bills. And the reason is that they are the team that has been trending up in recent years and has kind of plateaued for a few years now. And it's hard. They sit in a place similar to where we sat with the same thought process and strategies that we had. And unfortunately, they're making some of the same mistakes that we made. And the style of ball that they play in terms of exposing their quarterback to contact, I don't know that they protected that or nurtured that all that much. They didn't. I don't think they took any linemen and them.
Hey, Servo, before you go, let me put that in the context of who they picked so people will know. Buffalo, the first round pick, they picked cornerback Kyer Elam. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah. Then they took running back James Cook.
Yeah. Then they took the linebacker Terrell Bernard. I didn't think Cook was a second rounder.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to echo, basically they took a cornerback, a running back, a linebacker, a wide receiver, a punter, another defensive back. Yeah. Then sixth round they took a 6'9" offensive lineman from Virginia Tech, and they finished with a linebacker from Clemson. And basically, the way that I looked at it was that they needed to take attention away and contact away from Josh Allen.
Hold up,
Go ahead.
Did you say 6'9"?
Yeah, he's a 6'9" offensive lineman. I imagine he plays tackle, and that can go one way or the other. You can have a guy. Yeah, I mean, and it could bode well. I mean, he could become, Alex Villanueva, who was 6'7" and who was serviceable and great at times, or he can be like a host of other guys who were north of 6'5" and just could never get control over their leverage, or overcome injury, or et cetera. And so the rest of their draft class for the NFL is small. It's not so much how they picked, it's the types of players that they put outdoors in cold weather in their conference. And if you look up and down at their draft, like the draft picks they picked, they didn't really select big guys. They selected guys that specialize for what Sean McDermott likes to do. And that's the way that Ron Rivera's drafts would go. And we would just miss out on NFL caliber talents and guys who were physically a problem for other teams to deal with. And so similar to us, like we had the option to trade down because we had the 6th pick. The Buffalo Bills, they shouldn't have necessarily traded down, but taking a cornerback at 23 put bad leverage on them for the rest of their draft, because that's a skill position player in a draft where, when we talked earlier, a lot of teams were getting better in the trenches and in terms of protecting their quarterback or getting after the quarterback. And so they didn't take an edge rusher there, and they didn't take an edge rusher at all in the draft, and they didn't take a lineman until the 6th round. And so for me, that like I work around some guys who are Bills fans, and I pleaded with them to take Kenneth Walker. Instead, they took James Cook, who is a poor man's Christian McCaffrey. I love Christian McCaffrey. I don't have anything against James Cook, but neither one, like, James Cook is not what Kenneth Walker is. And so the player that the Bills needed was Kenneth Walker to take pressure, not just situationally, away from Josh Allen. And so they dropped the ball there. They got a receiver, but I would much rather have a viable, tip of the spear running back where they could have been a physical team where when Josh Allen got hit, he could get a few plays to recover, and they just didn't do that. So that's my squad. That's it. I ain't gonna take a lot of time. The Bills.
So to Servo's point, you can also really throw any of the late round teams out there. It's, for me, the reason I chose the Broncos is because who their quarterback is versus what they really needed. If you looked at the last final breakdown for the graded offensive linemen out there, the Denver Broncos ranked in the early 20s, and that's not really good enough for a quarterback who is known to run out the pocket the first step he gets, because he has a hard time really looking over his offensive linemen. Plus, if you do a full breakdown of what they took a tight end, and after that, cornerback. First, they took an edge, tight end, cornerback, interior defensive lineman, safety, wide receiver, which is way too late. You needed the most weapons around him as much as possible. So, no, but I with the way Servo put it, yeah, that's a really good point. Twan, what was the question that I was supposed to answer after Servo went?
It said that I think Ray was saying that Matt Rule will lose his job if he wins 7 games.
Right. Oh, okay. So, I know why Twan went to me. Because I
don't think they'll fire him either. Shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't think no matter, we like to really read into the record. This man is not getting fired based on record. He's not. And I really don't think they're gonna fire him based on why they really brought him in here, right? They brought him in here because he's a team builder. And I think this owner, David Tepper, and this organization is going to really see this man through because they believe in what they've been drafting. He had a very significant part in this last draft, and they really, really like this draft. They did. So, based on all the noise that was happening during the draft too. So no matter really what the record is, because they're so enticed on why this man and his message to the team. I'm going to build this, and he is building it per se. Him and this organization, we did bring in offensive linemen through free agency and through the draft, which I'm really proud of. Nonetheless, of whoever brought it in, we're doing great strides to actually improve this team on paper, and that's what you should do on first, right? It should be on paper before we assess anything else. So. This man's not getting fired. He's not. And I talked to a lot of the fans, a lot of NLP fans, Nine Lives Panther podcast fans on Instagram and on Facebook, and they keep saying the same thing. And I keep telling them, like, be wary. I don't think this is going to be as easy as we like it to be.
I mean, I say he's not going to get fired if he wins 7 games. He's going to eventually get fired. I mean, I just don't think with 7 wins that they'll just make up another excuse for him. So. Real quick, let's just run through these last 2 questions with a really quick answer. Try to keep the answer to about 30 seconds. First question is, which team could surprise us all, man, and make it to at least the 2nd or 3rd round in the playoffs that was definitely not intended to go there?
Jaguars.
You're lying.
Yeah, PD, go. All right, man. Great Pablo. Is that your real answer, Petey?
No, it's not.
All right. Well, I'm coming back to you first.
No.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with what first came to mind, just for the fact that I just talked about them, because I didn't think they had the greatest draft. Probably the Patriots, because I mean, obviously they technically, last couple of years because of Brady and all that kind of shit have always been in the playoffs, this, that, and the third. I don't think Mac Jones is really that great, but again, I just think it's one of those things they'll find a way to. With this in my opinion, subpar fucking draft class, put it together and still go to the playoffs just because who it is. I just feel like for me that's an easy answer. So I guess really let me try not the easy answer. The Jets.
I don't think
the Jets.
any.
I'll go that was my next thought. Besides that,
Right.
so I'll go Jets then, just because of how great their draft was.
Fuck
So
that.
literally the complete opposite. The Jets can give the Jets could give the Patriots a run for their money. I mean, shit.
Mm-mm. Yeah, they drafted well, but they ain't gonna compete. Hey, look, man. I don't think any team led by Bill Belichick is probably supposed to be in the draft. I mean, they still got a good team, even without the horrible shit he did in the draft, though. I'm coming back to PD Quick for a real answer, though. You
He's
gonna
still
answer?
gonna say the Jaguars. Watch.
No, I'm gonna say I'll say the Giants.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say the Giants.
I know
For sure.
Keith would never hit the end of it. Right.
You're in New York? Oh boy. I can't wear my jersey here. Go ahead,
Keith.
PD. Explain. Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't
Just say
explain.
a quick answer. Just say a quick answer.
I'm saying the Eagles. I really like where the trajectory of the Eagles are going. They're in a really nice place to just dump their quarterback if they don't really like it, if everything fails, which I don't think that will happen. They had a really, really underrated draft. A lot of people are not really talking about them as in terms of the best draft outside of Philly, of course. And you know, I think most of their team is solid. I think their defense is going to be solid with the pieces they picked up, with the pieces they stole from us. I'm excited to. I'm not gonna cheer them on, but I'm really excited to see where they go.
Claire.
I mean, I was just to echo Keith. Mine was also the Eagles to pretty much almost every point that he said, and on top of trying to remember also their strength of schedule, but that could also help to play into a part of them being able to get into a round or two in the playoffs and totally, you know, kind of blindside everybody, because not too many people not too many people. Yeah, well, no, that's true. Not a lot of people, especially in our fan base or any other fan base, really think that a lot of the teams in the NFC East can make it very far. But I think with what they have, what they've drafted, I think they also got a wide receiver from the Titans, if I'm correct, in the draft as well to help out that wide receiver core. I mean, why not? To me, they make the most sense as far as a surprise team. So,
Servo.
I would say as a surprise team, to echoing what they're saying, the Eagles, they have to figure out what they're doing at running back, but they're solid. Outside of quarterback and running back, those are your two question marks, and they're big question marks, but they get that figured out, and they have a robust roster to deal with anybody they play. The Patriots also are sneaky dangerous, and if they figure out effectiveness from the offensive coordinator position, then they have every tool to get every job done. And they had a good draft. They didn't seem like they had a good draft, but the Patriots got better exactly the way they needed to. And then us, you know, we just need the Buccaneers to fall from grace, and then the conference is wide open. Or is it the division? The NFC South is our division. Yeah. So, I mean, it could be up for the taking. And if we can have guys make a jump, then, you know, we could be in it just like anybody else. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Right quick before I'm sorry, right before you go, I forgot to mention this. The Eagles also have a really good sneaky offensive line, 4th actually rated in the league by the end of 2021. So look out for that. Okay.
I said Colts
Ray.
might be a sneak too.
Ray, you want to rebuttal Servo?
I just want to say everybody is one running back short. You know, like the Eagles are too slow at running back. Like they have the kid from they got Miles Sanders, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If he was faster, he'd be great. And the Colts have Jonathan Williams, who's the top back in the NFL. But you know, when you're the top back, Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry, Jonathan Williams is an older running back, not nearly as good.
I just wanted to make sure. I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah, no, you're right, Ray. I appreciate
not only that,
you,
I feel
man.
like who's he has a back. He has a fucking legitimate backup too. But of course, I can't. Was it Himes?
It is
Naeem Hines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the guy that the Patriots drafted this year is a comparable, you know, from a skill set standpoint to Naeem Hines. You know, really fast, really lean and explosive, and so you need that guy. I don't know that the Eagles have that guy, and outside of Christian, we don't have that guy. I don't think it could have been Amir Abdullah, but he's gone now, so we'll just have to see. Yeah, those are my picks.
Right.
I mean, I don't feel like I really have to debate because obviously my final answer was the Jets, but I mean, I could see why he would say that about the Patriots because yes, more often than not, they're in the conversation. I mean, I still disagree with him in the sense I think their draft wasn't very good. I think they reached on their receiver and things like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's 100% opinion right there. I mean, obviously, if you ask them.
You think the Jets are could possibly go to a second round in the playoffs? Yeah,
they can compete. Look, I mean, it really comes down to the quarterback position, the play up there for me. I mean, if Wilson goes out year 2 and balls the hell out with everything they just added, plus just in general what's on that team, shit.
And then that running
team could be a problem. The Jets could be a problem. Like,
and that running back they selected, he's the second best running back, but I think he's a one contract only running back. He has a lot of carries and he hasn't shown signs of slowing down, but it's going to be hard for him to make a 5 to 10 year career, you know, unless he's a special talent. And not saying he's not, just saying that he has more wear and tear than your traditional rookie running back does. But he can help them more day one. He should be able to.
I mean, they said the same thing about Jonathan Taylor out of fucking, what was it, Wisconsin? I mean, they said the same shit about him.
Yeah, but he's still early in his career, and you don't know, you know, if he's gonna make it to 28. You know, and that's you know that's the only thing. You know, go ahead though. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you're not lying. Obviously, you know, I combat your argument where he's not gonna have a long career. I'm like, and we're talking. I think the man just finished up his third season. So like, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's still pretty young in his career, but I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of mileage on them tires coming out of college. So,
unfortunately, that was a flag on our man Christian McCaffrey, and you know, he had a lot of touches, you know, special teams, receiving, everything, and who knows if that's what is the catalyst for how he has been available or not available. But we'll see. Hopefully, he'll come back as strong as ever.
Hey, did I get everybody on that?
You didn't get Cat.
Yeah, you didn't get Cat.
I think he's back at work. But Cat, I think he had to take a call on his job. The rebuttal to that question is this: which team will not make the playoffs that everybody and their mama would pick to be in the playoffs? Just the playoffs at all. No particular round. Which team has everything they need to make the playoffs, but will, in your opinion, will not make it?
That's a hard one.
The Jaguars. There you go. There you
go, wait, hold on.
The Jaguars.
Are you serious, right?
You guys keep naming teams that y'all know aren't going.
Right. Oh, Ray just left. Never mind.
He'll be back.
Go ahead, Petey. Petey, quick. Damn.
Claire, go ahead, Claire.
God damn.
Y'all can't hear me?
No, we can't hear you.
I said Steelers.
Nah, they're not making the playoffs, though. I don't think anyone has to make the playoffs.
That's what to say. That's kind of the point.
You got a large Steeler nation that thinks otherwise.
No, the question was who could make the playoffs but might not, right?
What they pick?
I don't think anyone has the Steelers going anyways. That's what I'm saying. Or is that the question?
Who's
not going to the playoffs?
With what they pick right now,
Nah, it keeps right. The question is, who will not make the playoffs? That has everything on their team to make it. That should be there. That everyone's picking to be there.
Right, right.
Vikings. Okay.
Hold on. What?
It's his answer.
I'll say Vikings.
Okay. Go ahead. Explain, Petey.
You said answer quick, so I'm saying Vikings.
Man just spun the wheel. That's what he
I'm
did.
almost tempted to agree with his ass.
Claire, go ahead.
I mean, this was hard for me. Because I don't even know I mean, I've heard because they have Russell Wilson, I know Broncos fans think that they have a shot. But I think that's like the only thing that they throw at it though, is we have Russell Wilson now. You know, that means we have a chance. But
My
I
bad.
don't.
I pulled a PD. My shit died.
Oh,
At least you came back and plugged in. At least you came back with
Hell.
your phone plugged in.
Y'all got jokes tonight.
But
hey Ray, but
and
you
also,
telling the truth.
and he
Did it
left
not
again. But I guess that's somewhat realistic. But I guess in my mind, the more realistic, as far as pieces that they do have, but there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with the front office and their quarterback, is the Arizona Cardinals. Like they don't even. There seems to be a lot of tension between Kyler Murray and with contracts and everything. And honestly, I know we've had their card for a while, their number for a while, but they're on paper not a bad team, and they could also make it to the playoffs. They've had a winning record. But I just feel like there's too many things that are questionable with Kyler Murray's situation that could cause tension in the locker room, that could potentially be the downfall to where they could be a playoff team but won't make it. So those are my two thoughts, is just Denver and Arizona.
For me, I'm gonna say some obvious answers first, just really off the bat. I think Cleveland Browns. I mean, if I don't know what the verdict might be in terms of his punishment, or if he's gonna get punished at all. A lot of people are saying they are. He is, but that team is a makeshift team at best. There's a lot of questions that you need to fill, not in terms of their defense, but mainly their offense too. It doesn't matter how well their quarterback plays, because their quarterback, Deshaun Watson played really well with the Titans when they had that team that almost went to the playoffs the year before. He had his breakout year. I mean, what was it, 2018? The Texans. The 2018, I think it was the 2018 Texans. I'm not sure. I don't really follow the Texans like that. But anyways, the point is he had a really good year, but could not really break it through and make it deep into the playoffs. So the Browns, for me, I could also say, I wouldn't say not make the playoffs, but they're not going to have the same amount of stride as they did with like the Bengals. I think they're a wild card exit for me, because they didn't really improve in places that you really needed to improve. I think that they just really got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their offensive line alone
Trash.
would have me worried. Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people have their number too, because they really saw how Joe Burrow played with the talent that they had, and yeah, they really didn't get any better in terms of that particular.
all right. I'm going to step out, and I feel like I'm giving a fucking real answer. And yes, it's going to be shock value, but that's what I do. I think the Bengals was a fluke. I don't see them making. I think they have what they have. They need to have to be in the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna make it back there this year. It's that simple. I mean, they got a great quarterback.
Yeah, they might not,
but I don't see them making it back there this year.
I mean, but their division isn't that hard either. So
they were in the fucking Super Bowl. So
yeah, I wouldn't say they wouldn't make it to the playoffs, but.
Right, I got them not making the playoffs. Servo. And then we're going to close it out.
Hey guys, I'm just impressed by the answers already given. I'll agree and say that the Vikings, with the coaching change and their ineffectiveness to replenish the running back position, is going to be a big deal, I think. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a lot of their success hinges on whether Tom Brady will continue to beat Father Time, and Father Time is undefeated. And, he may be able to ride off into the sunset, but if he is missed for any amount of time, I'm not sure if Blaine Gabbert is up to the task to, carry them over any significant span of time. Outside of that, the Arizona Cardinals was a wonderful answer because although they're talented and loaded at different places, they're unsettled at quarterback, etc. And that could be troublesome. And there was one more team, the Buffalo Bills. If Josh Allen gets, due to his physical style of play, I just don't see who's that backup that they have up there. They took somebody last year. It wasn't. I know they had Trubisky last year, but didn't they draft somebody?
They drafted, I think, Jake Fromm.
Yeah, Jake Fromm. I don't think that he'll be able to carry that team, in Allen's absence. So those are kind of my picks, for who could miss and is expected to make it.
There you have it. Gave you guys a lot of hard questions tonight. You guys dug deep and did it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a great show, man. I thought you guys gave really great answers tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to start debating a little more too, man. I think, like Ray said, man. Look, I think a lot of time you guys are giving nice answers. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, go out on a limb. Be who you are. Say what the hell you think, and not worry about what the haters or whoever comes behind you and says.
Twan, I know you're not saying that.
I really said it. I don't give a shit who rebuttals me.
You don't let people talk. Anyways,
I would have just been bullshitting.
That's why he don't care, Keith.
You're right, Ray. You're absolutely right.
I know damn well Keith or Ray ain't fucking talking.
I did not stutter, sir. I did not stutter, sir.
There's no way neither one of y'all are talking.
I want to add somebody to my list, though. I want to add the Saints to my list.
Stop playing, bro. Come on now. They be second in the division.
So let's have some fun, y'all. Everybody looking at their screens. You have to be looking at your screens to do this. You have to be looking at your screens to do this. I'm going to put up a picture of a city. If it's your city, don't say nothing. But I want to see who can guess the city first. If it's your city and you recognize it, don't say anything. Everybody got that?
Yep.
If it's your city, don't say anything. I want to see if anybody can pick these cities, man. These are all cities that we live in.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. Up first is I'm gonna throw this up there first.
Oh, that's Paris.
PA. It's PA.
No, that's not Paris.
That's PA.
Well, I thought that was the Eiffel Tower in the back. What the hell is that?
It's the top of a church, Keith.
I was like, what the fuck? Is that is that the Eiffel Tower? What is this, Georgia? I don't know.
Claire, guess.
Guess? Oh God!
All I see is trees. What the fuck?
So city. Just I don't know. Fuck Baltimore.
The person that lives in that city, please tell them what it is.
Bro, that's York, bro.
See, I ain't never been there in my life.
Yeah, that's York,
said,
bro. You look at the bottom left right there. Yo, that's the market. With the green in the windows and shit. That's the market, bro.
Mm-hmm.
God,
that's the market in the city. That's fucking hilarious.
Hey, Ray, is that city packed though? It looks busy.
You come down here. I'll drop you off in the city, bro.
Oh no.
Here's the next city right here, man.
Oh no, never mind. I'll take that back.
At one point, York City was like in the top 10 worst cities in America, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the train back. Thank you very much.
Here's a new city.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All I see is green. They ain't New York. Oh, that's funny.
He's not on the line right now. This is Athens, Georgia.
Yeah.
I am on the line. I am. I told you it was Athens. You didn't hear me? Y'all can hear
Oh
me?
no, we didn't hear you.
No, we didn't hear you.
Oh shit. Sorry, y'all. I'm out here working. I'm still. Yeah, that's
Nah,
Athens,
we know.
man.
I told him I thought you took a call, bro.
No. I'm here. Yeah, I just had to work on ATM.
Okay. Next city.
It's a nice little street.
I
That
was saying,
looks
that's a
like
nice little-
that looks
that's a
like
nice little-
Vermont or something.
That's a nice little place
That
right
looks is that Georgia?
It looks like Annapolis.
That actually looks. Never mind.
That looks
I don't know.
like
The person who lives
Watch
in that
watch
city,
this. Watch
tell
this.
them
Watch
what
this.
city that
Watch
is.
this be like Greensboro or something.
That's Fayetteville, North Carolina.
That's where Petey Quick resides, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, bro.
God damn, that's some. Y'all live in some slow towns.
Forget Key.
Yo, Cat, are you? You know what? You hurting my feelings right now. Never mind.
Next city.
Oh, you're.
Looks like a shithole. Is that Buffalo?
You're from a shithole.
Is that New York?
Like Brooklyn.
It's that. Can I say it, Twan?
How the fuck does that look like Brooklyn without them Chinese lettering?
That's
like
Main
Chinatown.
Street, Flushing.
That's Flushing, Queens, bro. That's
Main Street for
Chinatown.
best food you'll ever eat. I swear to God.
I was
That's New York City,
looking at
Queens, Flushing.
that
Best food
license
you'll ever
plate right there. It looked like a New York license plate. That's why I guess New York.
It's
Something.
really
Servo cheese.
Servo. If you ever come down here, they have the best dim sum. You know what dim sum is?
I've heard it, but I
It's
don't
the-
know what it is.
It's a
them
Chinese.
some shit right there.
That's some. There
Hey,
you
sir.
go.
Hey, Servo, you want to start Matt Corral week 1?
Not particularly.
Yeah, tell PD Quick that.
You know,
What?
I'm gonna let one show go by without saying his name. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that guy.
Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop.
Don't do it.
Hey, I might get up in the morning and do a show about that guy and why they wasting their time.
Don't do that. Don't
Do
do
it.
that.
Do it at 2 o'clock. Do it at 2 o'clock.
The Athletic already said that they're still showing interest in him.
That's
But they
enough.
said ticket-
I don't want that bum.
That's
I
gonna
don't
be
want a smaller role. I don't know
be
the
another
smaller
show.
role is.
I don't want that
Just let that
bum.
man go, man. They need to let him go, man.
Pretty quick,
Damn,
you
just let that
probably-
nigga go. They need
I
to
do
let
not
that
want
nigga
Every
go.
time I
let him
try
do
to leave, something keep pulling me back.
I don't want that bum.
Let
It
him
was
go,
meant
man.
to be. She was meant for me.
Next city.
That's Brooklyn. That's
That's not
Um,
Brooklyn. That's not Brooklyn.
no, that's damn. Twan said it earlier, where he said they have snipers on the building. What's that called, bro? What's that
Who
park
has
called?
snipers in the building? Twan, what you say?
What's that park called? That park in New York.
No.
Nigga, I know damn well.
He said
What's that
snipers in
called,
the
man?
building.
Oh my God.
Twan, what did you
I
tell
know
this man?
I know he ain't talking about motherfucking
Central Park.
Central Park.
Yeah, Central Park. There you go, right
Twan,
there.
you told him there's snipers in the building? What are you talking about?
Nigga, I ain't said there was no snipers in Central Park. Shut up.
Twan be lying so goddamn much, talking about there be snipers in New York buildings and shit.
I can't breathe.
Cape.
Oh my God.
Cape.
Yeah.
What I told him is that in time.
Talk that line shit, man.
What
Yeah,
I told
yeah, let
him
me
was
finish.
that there were
What I told
snipers
him-
in them
What I
buildings.
told him was that, y'all gonna let me fucking say it?
What do you say?
I
What do you say,
told him
Twan? What do you
in
say?
I told him in Times Square ever since 9/11 that our law enforcement there hired people. They have people on duty down there. Now, if Keith doesn't notice,
Oh yeah, of course. No. Yeah, Times Square has
they have
snipers.
people. They got people, snipers down there in case you want to pull.
Yeah,
a
they have
gun.
SWAT. They have SWAT. They have SWAT special team, bomb squad. Can I tell you, Twan, that they found a bomb in the train and they came out in 2 seconds, bro.
So think you're gonna just pull a fucking gun down there if you want to. You're gonna
get shot.
Shut up
Woo.
before you can get that shit going.
They do. They're not in Central Park, Cat. In Times Square, they do.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
know damn well I
Central
didn't
Park.
say no Central Park.
To the park, they gonna snipe you and your dog.
Hey, well, the people that live in that fucking city tell them what the city is.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
how did that man that big ball hit man, how he get off with blowing the train up? They got snipers everywhere.
Because in the train, he got off. The way he got off was he didn't take a busy train. He didn't get off on the spots that you normally attack. It's just police would rather protect where the rich people stay versus actually protecting the people. It is what it is, but they got protection.
Subway system.
Yeah, and the man went into the subway system. They don't scan you. You got homeless people with knives out there cutting people up.
That's probably
That's why you don't go in the subway. You come to New York, you don't go to the subway. That's you don't do that unless you know where to go.
But what city is this?
That look like Baltimore. I don't know.
Person that lives in this city, tell me. Tell them what city this is.
Is it Winston?
Charlotte?
No.
Raleigh.
I don't know if Claire left, but this is Charlotte, North Carolina, bro.
I don't know really. My internet literally went out briefly. Now
I called it.
No, I said it looks like Charlotte. and then I heard. Then it was just silence. I'm like, what the hell happened?
I see Charlotte.
I don't live in Charlotte, but that's Charlotte.
Damn, they be copping. Ooh,
Gee, I wonder where that is.
Is that Charlotte too? Yeah, that's the bank, isn't it? No.
No.
Close.
Atlanta?
Close.
Greensboro?
It's Raleigh.
This is where I live. This is Raleigh, North Carolina.
Wow, that actually that looks nice though. Is it that nice or
Raleigh? Don't get me wrong.
Raleigh's
Raleigh
nice.
dope.
Yeah. That's just one way you enter downtown.
Damn, yeah. I gotta visit North Carolina then.
Oh, it's nice, bro.
Raleigh,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I was gonna say, Twan, you probably don't want to put a picture of where
I thought that was in Charlotte.
I may as well, but I don't live in Charlotte, but I'll take it. It's better than where I live at, so it's all right.
Yeah,
I'm close enough. I live in Pineville, North Carolina.
Yeah, Maul, I got food too.
Close enough.
Pineville is nice.
It is. Well,
the traffic sucks, but it's nice down there.
I was about to say, have you seen the traffic? Have you also lived here recently? There's all kinds of crazy crap going on here. I don't know. It's nice.
I didn't see Maul. Maul said, "Yeah, that's downtown Charlotte."
Hey, Twan, you couldn't find a better picture of New York?
No, I wanted. Look, I didn't want it to be so fucking obvious, bro.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, except mine was obvious as fuck.
Yeah, all the
To
traffic.
you, that's why I said that. That's why I said nobody.
See, I was
named the city
about to
that-
say-
Yo, Big Cat keep talking shit.
I was about to say, Ray, I said Baltimore, so it wasn't that obvious.
I was gonna say, well, I was gonna say you weren't, but you weren't too. At least you weren't too far away.
Yeah, it looks.
Baltimore is like a 45-minute trip for me.
Yeah, I would say.
That's what Big Cat lives.
I tell Big Cat to come
Busted
visit.
ass buildings.
He upset at me. He upset.
Hey, look at that fucking busted ass.
Look at that downtown, nigga.
Is that a Cracker Barrel right there, bro?
Hey,
No,
man,
that's
I never
downtown.
that shit is Crackville
All
down there, man.
all that student dorms.
Look
and
at all them
shit.
old ass buildings.
This nigga took a picture of the university, nigga. That's the student dorms and shit.
Hey, well, it's in.
I was gonna say that does. I was
You
gonna
don't
say, yeah,
really-
that does look. That
you
looks like a
don't
parking
really want
deck
me to show
at
the
the
rest of
very
Athens, do you?
back.
I live with the white people, man.
Man, I'm not putting neighborhoods up here, bro.
Big Cat said I live with the white people.
Yeah, leave your doors unlocked without nobody worried about going in them.
Shit, I don't give a fuck where I live.
Happy
That shit ain't
birthday
happening.
to one of the goats, man. Today
Yo,
would have
yo,
been his
yo.
50th birthday, man. Biggie Smalls, bro.
Now show us your
Biggie,
pissy ass.
Biggie,
Show us your
can't you
pissy ass
see?
hallways and shit.
Yeah.
Bruh, yo, you be
nothing about
sucking
going
up
to
what are.
Pissy
neighborhoods.
fucking hallways.
Hey, Twan.
Shitty
They
crack
be licking up what Unc be giving them, bro. Talking about pissy.
They just make shit up. Them motherfuckers, none of them been in New York.
You
Hey,
never,
listen.
none of them.
Shout out that nigga. Shout out to
Nigga Big Cat called me I called Cat, asked me about the they gave out special Metro cards for this man in Brooklyn, man, and Big Cat wanted one of them shits, and that shit is a fucking no-go.
Now, tell me, we said we gonna ask Keeb. You said Keeb ain't gonna know what Keeb don't take no buses. I mean no train.
I drive. I don't take no fucking bus. You can't catch me in a damn subway.
You don't hang out with the black area.
Biggie.
See,
I never said that.
I don't look, man. I don't go to Chinatown. It's a lot of different Chinatowns in New York.
The Flushing is a true Chinatown, though.
This shit right here, man. Don't nobody speak fucking English down there.
Yo, the food be
I don't fuck
lit.
around down there, but if you go get Chinese food, that's where you want to go get.
Oh my
The
lord,
food is very rubbery. It's very rubbery.
what do you mean rubbery?
It's rubbery. I can't say my L's, so I say it with R. Rubbery.
Pretty quick. Look at the
Oh,
buildings are not
this
big
motherfucker
enough.
being racist.
It's rubbery.
Being racist.
Hey, your buildings are not big enough to talk. Pretty quick.
That's
the
I
future.
ain't gonna lie to you.
Right now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that shit is like it need to be knocked the fuck down, and that's what it's slowly going towards that way.
Fayetteville. It is
What
not,
you mean knocked down? What you mean? What you mean?
They need to be rebuilt or gutted out. They still in the old timey stage. You see that big market house? That's what keeps slaves at.
Oh,
Today, Joe Persons released a statement saying that Sam Darnold says he's focused on what he can control. If he starts thinking about what
Nobody want
Panthers
to hear about no damn
at the
Pinocchio.
quarterback position, he says he'd get caught up in the wash.
Man, you already caught up in the wash. You washed up. Bum ass.
Somebody tell Keith that. Somebody tell Keith that, please.
Bum ass motherfucker. Bro, you are washed.
I believe.
You ain't caught up in the wash. You are washed.
Hey, sir,
somebody
believe.
Please tell Keith that, please. Please tell Keith that, please.
Fuck out of here.
Keith don't believe that. He don't believe.
I believe.
What you say, bro?
Hey, you believe Sam Darnold might have a good season?
I think it's possible.
That's what I said.
Well, anything's possible. Shit.
On Pluto.
The thing, Sam was on the cusp of making, me believe that he could be a good quarterback because he did some good things. He just did them against scrubs. But the thing was that we weren't in a position to consistently, help him win or help him consistently look good. He just wasn't an overachiever or a team carrier. And so, unfortunately, like those are the types of guys you have to have a lot of times because organizations don't know what they're doing typically. Like we're not in like that top 8 teams where you just believe everything that our front office does, everything our coaching staff does is like gonna produce wins. And so you have to have players who are better, and less scheme dependent. And so he seemed like he had to have receivers that can make catches, short, intermediate, long, etc., to bring out the best in him. And when he had Christian and people didn't have tape on the scheme, he was good. But once they adjusted and Coach Rule and his staff couldn't adjust, we were fucked. And that's just
he wasn't good, Servo. Like you said, he was playing against ass.
Servo, you want to just call him for what he is. He's a piece of cheese without the corners. In other words, he'll never be a slice.
You right. And at the same time, there are guys that are the same thing he is. Like, for example, I look at Kirk Cousins the same way that I look at Sam Darnold. He just hasn't had the unfortunate fortune of playing for like bad teams. He's just played for like middle of the road teams where, they can make him look good, but without him being able to carry them at times, there's a very real ceiling. And so, that's just kind of where Sam is. And And we either have to be better so he can just compliment the guys around him, or we have to kick him to the curb and get a guy who's better pound for pound. So we'll see. I think all those guys are in the same kind of category. I think Corral can be as good or better than Sam. It just remains to be seen how he ultimately does, you know?
Thank you. Well said, sir, bro. But he's a scrub.
Yeah, well,
I challenged myself if I wanted to put this topic on here, but we have to. I showed. It's just sad news, but you know what I'm saying. If you haven't heard about the Texas shooting today, I just want to say RIP to all those people and their families that lost somebody. I mean, I don't think us not talking about things like this is gonna help. And not to damn anybody, but you know, this type of shit is crazy, man. And I'm just gonna just say for myself, prayers for the families and those children. And I really don't know what else to say in a situation like that, man. I know Keeb. I won't tell you Keeb's profession, but I know that shit really hit home to Keeb and anybody that's got kids and Claire. And I think Claire has friends that contacted her.
Yeah, I was in meetings all day.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah, we go ahead, Keith.
No, I was just gonna say you can say my profession. I'm a teacher. I teach. I've mostly early on have taught high school. In terms of like the biology, in terms of math, but I've moved down to elementary because the pay is better and it's easier. And today it was just I couldn't do anything today. It was just work and meetings and prevention for everything. And it's scarier here because it's scarier and easier in terms of like asking for help. But when something like that happens here in the busiest cities, like Texas and San Antonio is not considered as busy as New York City, but it damn near comes close compared to many others. So when something like this happens, it's just you feel sad. And I wrote this on Twitter too. I was like, like it's sad that you have to go into a school to make a point. It's just upsetting.
Anybody else want to say something briefly on this matter? Look, man, I'm not a parent. I'll be afraid to send my kids to school at this point, though, man.
I was gonna say that's really all I got to say about it at this point. It's just like it fucks me up because I got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. Obviously, Cam goes to daycare, Bailey goes to school. It just, I mean, I already, as a parent had feelings of dropping them off to begin with. Because again, no disrespect to the people that hold those jobs, but like me just being a concerned parent, I always had the thought of like daycare and my youngest kids. And obviously Bailey went to the same place, but even Cam now, like getting abused and shit like that, all that kind of stuff. And I know that sounds awful to bring up at the moment, but you get my point, just in the sense of already having the fear of sending these kids out there for all these other reasons. Now you got to add in something that clearly, for whatever reason, seems to be happening just way too goddamn often. And it's shit like today. So it's just like, it puts me in a spot where it's just like, I guess I'll leave it as like, I love my kids. I'm so glad I have my kids. But there was a reason where at one point, like, I didn't want to have kids because I don't want to bring kids into this crazy ass fucking world we're living in right now. Like, and right here's a prime example of like all the fears and worries I had prior to having any kids. Like, this shit's crazy, bro. Like, I keep losing faith in humanity. Like, it's just, I don't understand what's going on here. Like, y'all get one life. Y'all get one life.
Humanity.
Like, there's no reset. There's no restart. Like, you don't get to do it again. Like, when your life's taken, that's it. Like, I don't get the thought process to just want to do that kind of shit. Like, it will never make sense to me. Like, there will never be an explanation at all that shit's just ever okay. Like, I don't give a shit if the dude's a psycho, he's crazy, he's like, there's just will never be a good excuse. Thank you. Like, it just won't be. Like, I don't know. Hearing shit today, it fucks me up.
Well, let me ask you guys a question here, and I don't want to micro minimize anybody else's problems or whatever, but when you look at your president, and I mean your guy's president, it's not my guy, but and you see him want to reach out and help.
Not my guy either.
Right, he's not my guy. But listen, what is that? What is it? What is the country he's trying to help? Taiwan?
Ukraine.
No, it's Taiwan. He said if China attacks Taiwan, we're going to go to war. He openly admitted that. When you think about that, why haven't been any kind of like law put in place, federal law, that every school needs to have armed security? Every school. Why not? You know what I mean? I know you can't be everywhere at one place, but I mean, if you got money to send overseas and fight somebody else,
but that's the point. Not to cut you off, it comes down to money. They don't want to spend that fucking money.
There you go. There you go.
Did I tell y'all money?
And Cat, it goes beyond just
It's
this
not
president.
yet. It's not. It's not about who's the president. 'cause
It's
Trump
been
didn't
going
lose
on.
any-
It's been going on since Bush. I mean, since Clinton. Let's be honest. The first terrorist attack in this country was under Bill Clinton. He was too busy on international affairs to really realize what was going on in this country. That's when the twists and turns began under Bill Clinton.
Where's Biden at right now?
What happened?
Biden's in Japan right now.
Right, so it spiraled on with George Bush and his father, and it kept going and going and going. We're at a precipice in this country where it's hard to make laws beyond partisan bullshit because everyone seems to get in the way of it. This party crap that they don't want.
It's not hard. It's just motherfuckers don't want to work together.
No. It is hard. It can't to a degree. It is hard because people don't care. People don't care about it. They care about
people don't care until it happens to them.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And at the end of the day, these politicians will never understand because it won't happen to them. That's point blank.
You wonder why nobody gives a shit about black people? Because they don't have black people problems. You know, when the black people get massacred and shit, it's another day. That's not my race. That's not, ain't my problem. You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. Soon as something like the Twin Towers happen, majority,
It's funny you say that, Kat. I was an hour away from what happened in Buffalo. I was in Syracuse, and I was doing the C3 Panthers podcast in Syracuse while this was going on in Buffalo. Right, me and my brother was in Buffalo for a seminar for his college, and I was there for Syracuse University. We had left the day prior when this shit happened in Buffalo, that mass shooting, and it's it's sad to say, but like you said, these politicians don't care. They care about votes. They care about staying in power. If they really cared, they would not be so. They would put away this crap that they keep peddling. And it would be bipartisan or independent, right? But they don't care about this crap. 2 years into their term, all they care about is peddling votes.
So all they care about is themselves.
Speaking of that, let me put y'all on game. Now you notice how this monkeypox comes around voting time, right?
Yep.
Just so they can control that voting with the pretty much the votes. You do your voting
I'm
early.
not going to go into that conspiracy tinfoil shit, but
nah, ain't no conspiracy. It always happens. You went from chicken pox to monkeypox. But hey, I'm leave
that's
that where
just
it
what
is.
politicians do. They don't make a big deal out of something until it's election time. But we talking about these kids right now and the problem with guns in this country.
And Key, what I'm saying is this, bro. We got money to build $1 billion NFL stadium.
Oh, absolutely.
$1 billion NFL stadium. Your favorite athlete is getting paid billions of dollars, but you can't write a legislation to make sure every elementary, middle school, and high school has armed security.
And just on top of that, Kat, if everybody on here could do research on how much education, because I work in education and we don't get paid shit. If you can research how much funding they put in education versus military, why on top of that, why are you sending these boys out there to get killed, right? Bring them back, save some money, invest in your children. But no, they don't want to do that because the rich already got what they got, right? These politicians are going to get the best of the best schools. If you want to make it a race thing, it could be absolutely can be a race thing. But outside of that scope, they don't care in terms of the politics.
You're right.
You're right.
You're right. You know what you just said there? You said the politicians and their kids are going to well-kept private schools, so they can care less about how,
And those private schools do have guns.
Exactly.
Security do got guns.
Exactly. Yep.
I told y'all before this show started, man. Racism and guns and money. So not guns, but racism and money. All that shit ties into all of it. Money. Money's gonna destroy this country.
Money, 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 money.
You're wrong, Keeb. Hatred. I'm not Twan. I mean, Twan, you're wrong. Hatred.
Yeah.
I just said it.
Yeah.
I said, look, bro, listen again. Money and racism. It's hate.
The love. It's the love of money.
This country has been just teaching each other to everybody hate everybody. Hate everybody. So, I hate to say this shit, man, but y'all know, look, man, this shit ain't over. It's gonna be somebody else is gonna do it. Somebody else is gonna do it. And then it's gonna lead to some bullshit, man.
It just sucks that happened at a school like that. Like, how was he able to get on a school, like an elementary school like that?
So I say this.
Because it's
in Buffalo,
negligence.
in Buffalo, they attacked a fucking grocery store and they shut up a bunch of elderly people in there. I'm pretty sure he didn't care what age they were.
No.
This guy shut up a bunch of kids. Who's next?
Who also apologized to
Our
one guy. And said,
generation.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for pointing my gun at you, sir. He also apologized.
And it's just like, bro, like, Keep said it, man. We joke around with shit, man, but look, I try to avoid the fucking subway system in New York as much as I can.
Absolutely. Bro. Don't even go in there.
Because I know anytime it could spark.
Oh, not to mention it, Twan. You mentioned the subway. 2 days ago, someone got pushed in the tracks.
Yeah.
I don't take that shit, bro.
Now, Keep, are you a gun owner?
I can't. I'm in New York. You're not allowed to in New York. I can't.
That's the bad thing. That's the bad thing about being in the city. You can't have guns.
No, I try to apply for it. They can't.
I don't know about all that shit.
Hey, Big Cat, that shit didn't stop me.
So you go upstate. You go upstate.
You
right?
just can't get caught with it.
Yeah, so I've hunted upstate, but I can't own a gun here.
No, you just can't get caught with it.
Keyword: can't own a gun.
Right. So, Cat, to your point, I've gone upstate. I went hunting upstate, but not here in the city where I live. I can't.
Yeah, I'm about to come see you, man. You're a good boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a pretty good shot, man.
I would say I'm decent. Obviously, I can't, in order for me to practice, I would have to go upstate, and I don't go upstate often. Or to Long Island.
If you have to leave at any time, man, just let us know.
No,
man.
I was gonna say no. She's down. I'm good. I mean,
hey man, look, I know this is a joke, but fuck hunters, man. I'm not giving y'all credit. I'm not giving y'all credit for going out in the wilderness and shooting deers in their ass.
Yeah, that's the. You have the feeling of
killing innocent and fucking animals, man.
I love deer meat.
Hey, you Twan, I know you don't know, but the feeling of negative 20 degrees and you just shot a goose is the best.
I can't say anything because I've gone hunting. I've just never shot.
I have never been hunting in my life.
I love deer meat.
I bow hunt.
Goose and deer meat are lit.
Hey, Keeb, you fish?
I love fishing, bro. I love fishing.
Good man.
Hey, they got a nice place in New York here they got bass. They let out the bass and they cultivate it, but you can go fish it.
Yeah, I definitely got to come up there, man.
Great place. In Long Island too. Hey, Twan, you gotta come over here.
You gotta take a
I don't
class
see how
before
people get mad at people for trying to make a living. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat.
Right. Yeah.
You eat meat? You eating a chicken?
I told y'all I was joking, bro.
What? You're not vegan?
You're not vegan?
I tell vegans this. You know that motherfuckers wasn't always fucking vegans. That's just some new shit.
Of course.
Who the fuck? You would have died if you was a vegan back in the day, bro.
I'm telling you. Can I get some sunflower seeds?
Impossible burger bullshit.
Yeah, they ain't have none of that shit.
Yeah. Meatless burgers and shit. Chickpea burgers.
Hey, venison is the best tasting meat I've ever had.
That shit's terrible.
It is.
Don't eat fucking
venison.
deer meat.
What?
Don't eat goose. Don't eat duck. That
Goose is the best. Duck and goose are the best.
Duck is fatty. It's real fatty.
I love duck.
Greasy ass bird, bro.
So what?
Yard bird.
I mean, people eat fried chicken. That's not greasy.
See, you about to get fucked up.
True, but it's more lean grease.
You try to slide that shit in there, man.
Hey, I eat fried chicken all the time. Come on,
hey. With hot sauce, Texas Pete.
No,
Motherfucker said
Candyman. I can't eat pork. I don't eat pork.
right here eating fucking lamb subs and shit.
Hey, lamb is the best.
I
Lamb,
can't
mutton.
cook.
Lamb
I eat
chops.
lamb too. I fuck with lamb.
Yeah.
All right, man. I thank everybody for coming on here, man. Shout outs, man. We're gonna start with Keem and get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, a big shout out to Big Cat. Big shout out to Twan Don Ray, Pat Bone. A big shout out to Servo, Aries Claire, PD Quick. I can't believe he made it past the 1 hour mark this time.
Hey, don't do me, bro.
Congratulations,
Don't do me.
PD. Shout out to Non Lives Panther
Congratulations
Podcast.
to Petey Quick.
He needs a trophy. Shout out to Non Lives Panther Podcast.
Look at
Shout out
that
to
shade.
Planet TV. Hardest working man in here in the game, the Big Cat. I mean, God knows how he finds time. I try to find time. I don't really got the time, but you know, he got the time. And listen,
350 Curry Goat.
hey, it's Goat Curry. Anyways,
Motherfucker, it's Curry Goat.
Curry Goat.
You can say it however you want to.
anyways, my bad.
Don't want to a goat curry.
I live around a lot of Trinis, so
Curry Goat.
yeah.
All right. Family Food. Pity, man. Shout it out, bro.
I want to say shout out to the whole panel, all the guys that came out and watched, the viewers as well too. More power to you guys, because without you, there will be no NLP.
Oh
There
yeah,
will be no
PD,
704.
and
There will
PD,
be no
shout out
County TV.
shout out what we finna do tomorrow. We're gonna go live talking watching Big Cat's Family Feud.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do all that as well too. And I want to say shout out to Servo as well too, man. I really appreciate you coming. It's been a while
Shout
since we
out
talked
to
to you.
Guess, bro. Shout out to Guess. Y'all keep leaving that shout out too, bro.
Shout out to Big Cat, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Twan, shout out to Key, Claire, shout out to me.
Damn, it's like that. Damn, it's like
shout
that.
out, shout out to Ray.
No.
Don't do me. I said, yeah, shout out to Ray.
Pause.
We're gonna say the best for last. Pause.
Yeah, nobody want to do you, Ray
But
Pap?
yeah, man. Yeah, man. And also, man.
Shit, if I'm
please
first,
tune
I'm
in.
last. I'll tell you that.
Like, comment, and subscribe, please. And yeah, that's it for me.
Do that. Ray, you going to go shout it out? Claire.
Ray got on white.
Now he don't want to talk now.
I'm outside. Fucking a big ass truck went by. I couldn't hear shit. You say me?
Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
We'll come back to you, Ray.
I'll keep mine short and simple because this is well over 2 hours, which was fantastic. So I'm gonna go straight to Servo. Obviously, the guests always love having Servo
why
around.
don't I hear sarcasm in that fantastic shit?
What? Really?
Which is fantastic.
It is fantastic. I fucking love having Servo around. Servo's my guy. Servo's my fucking guy. Met this man in person. Met this man in person. Genuine as fuck. Just good, all around good ass dude. Plus he knows his football, so I can fuck with Servo all day.
I gotta have Servo on the NLP podcast.
Try and be like you, Ray.
Y'all gotta realize, like, I know Servo well enough to not go after Servo. That's why I jumped in before him. So there's a method. But yeah, obviously shout out to everybody. Shout out.
Fucking blueprint, man. Stop biting, bro.
Shout out.
What?
Shout out.
What?
Obviously appreciate the support coming in. Obviously like, subscribe if you have not already. And again, something I say all the time: sharing your social platforms, all across the board. Just get us out there if you like us. There's gonna be plenty of others that like us as well. And of course, last but not least, Big Cat, everybody on the panel, right? Meow. But I'm gonna get to 704. Obviously, miss you, bro. I'm gonna say it pretty much every goddamn show. And shout out to the Eddie and the family and all that good stuff. So yes, sir. That man right there. That man right there. The whole reason we're here. I mean, really, one of the, if not the reason we're here. So
one of the main reasons we're here, bro. Hey, Claire.
Okay, so sorry, that picture threw me for a second.
Salute, Servo.
She said, okay.
No, just the picture threw me.
Okay.
That's not what I said. But anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Anyway, so just so
Go ahead and
as
say
always,
it,
Let
as
it
always,
talk. Goddamn.
Okay.
y'all are taking how I said that the complete wrong way.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
go ahead,
She
Claire.
getting choked up.
We fucking with you, bro. We got to laugh, man.
Yeah, we do.
You know what the
But
alternative is, right?
surprised you didn't put that up there.
No.
But anyway, so as always, shout out 704. He's the first one I shout out because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be a part of the show. I wouldn't be considered the first lady of the show. Miss him. Wish I could have met him in person. Fantastic dude. Miss him every day myself, even though I never got to meet him. Just love
You did.
knowing the time I did get to talk to him. Other than that, shout out, of course, to my fellow hosts. You know, Twan, Key, Petey, Ray. Love you guys always. And shout out to our guests, Servo, and of course Big Cat. Please definitely check out Keep Pounding TV, y'all. Big Cat, he's a crazy dude, but he knows his stuff, and I love Big Cat. And as for Keep, definitely check out 9 Lives Panther podcast. I know he never gets to make it on the show, but please check out Unk's channel, Unk_2020, I believe is the right way to lead y'all to it. Definitely check out Unk as well. He's always spreading the knowledge. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everyone who's liked, commented, and subscribed to 704 Charlotte Bound Show. And just to end it on a note that doesn't deal with us directly, but has happened today that deals with everything around us. When it comes to what happened in San Antonio, bottom line, if you are someone's kid, no matter how old you are, and bottom line, if you have a kid, especially, just, you know, call your mom, call your dad, tell them how much you love them. Life is too short, and if you have a kid, hug your kid tonight. Appreciate them. Shit can happen at any time. So
yeah, it's a fact, bro. Hug your kids, man. Let them know you're glad they're here. Somebody can't do that tonight.
Yeah.
That's my
were you done, Claire? Because I don't want to cut you off, bro.
No, you're good.
Okay. Big Cat, man. This guy right here.
Hey, yo,
shout
man.
it out.
Hey, yo, shit don't stop, man. It's gonna get greater later. Hold your head, man.
Hey, nigga, you looking at that screenshot?
Yes, sir. Let me finish. Shit don't stop, man. Hold your head. It's gonna get greater later. Pause up, man. You know what I mean? We in it together, man. Shout out to each and every one of y'all, man. Appreciate y'all being in the fold. We all fam. Shout out to the podcast, man. The grind don't stop. You know what I mean? Too much is given. I mean, too much is given, as much is required. So that's the reason why I go 10-toed, man. So I thank everyone who believe in myself, and I thank everyone who believe in y'all, man. So let's get it, man.
Kat, you want to let everybody know where they can catch you in the fan mat tomorrow?
I don't know if I'm gonna do a watch party or not, but I'll tell you this, man. Y'all make sure I head over to Keep Pounding TV podcast. We lost the other channel, Keep Pounding _TV, got locked out.
Mm-hmm.
We got some real big things coming, y'all. I don't think you guys even know it, but I'll let you into it. I'm setting up a game night, so once a week we're gonna do a game night where you guys can pay to get prizes, play games to get prizes such as shoes, autograph memorabilia, real big prize. It's gonna be a real fun game night, and we're gonna live stream it all. So can't wait, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of big things coming.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a Keep Pounding TV podcast first at some point this year. We're gonna have a little charity celebrity boxing. You know, I've been talking about it for like the last year or two, but we're gonna make it happen in 22.
It's gotta be some main events and some undercards there.
I mean, the main events. I mean, shit. We can just make it the co-host can be main events, or Crackhead Kenny wants some. I mean, he can you know, there's that.
Yeah, I want to fuck a couple of y'all up. I ain't gonna lie.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Shit.
No, you don't.
Hey, Twan,
I'm a nice guy.
Candyman said Cavalier on Twan. That's what Candyman
That's why I
said.
didn't put that shit up there. I'm not giving idiots any shine, bro. Servo.
Man, just shout out to y'all.
Servo gonna say, "I'm glad to be in that number."
That's really you already know me, Juan. I was very, very happy to receive the call today, brother. I appreciate you. And please know that I'm continually watching. One of the likes in the number is always me. And I appreciate y'all for continuously providing Panther Nation at large with quality content and news. And it does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. And I look forward to participating again soon.
Facts.
Peace and blessings to
We'll
everybody.
definitely be back, bro.
Yo, shout out, Server. Always a fucking honor, bro.
Yeah, man.
My man. All love, Ray. You know what it is.
Shout out to the guests that came on today, man. The boy Big Cat up here, my man Servo, bro. I was just thinking today, like, I'm like, bruh, how the fuck we ain't let, man, where the hell is Servo been? Had to call him, get him on here. I mean, I loved it that Servo was like, say no more, man. I'll be on the show, man. And that's how the shit should be when you family, bro. Shout out to beg a motherfucker for nothing. Can't say that. I'm not gonna even go there. But shout out to the staff here, everybody over here at Non Lies Podcast. Shout out to everybody that's out there doing the Keep Pounding TV podcast. Shit is still growing. Make sure y'all like all these shows, subscribe to all of these shows, share all of these shows' content, man. That's how we grow as a family, man.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Twan, one thing they need to know is that nobody wins when the family feuds.
Nah, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going there next. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wins when the family feuds, man. You know, the great Jay-Z said that shit. Nigga named C-Dog said he couldn't rap.
Yo, Cat, you gotta chill, Cat. I just opened the messages, man. What? God damn. This motherfucker.
I don't even know what that's about. But shout out to 704, man. Last but not least, man. That's why we do it. See y'all the
after all that.
What Cat do, man?
Man, Cat's hating. Cat's hating. He upset I didn't get to watch his show, but I was busy.
Hey, look, man.
I mean, I couldn't watch it. I was at work the whole time. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't watch it.
Me too. I wanted to. We have a whole watch party set up because we
couldn't
do it today.
I don't work at a sports bar anymore where I got like 100 TVs to choose from and I can program something. Like I work in a fucking different restaurant now. I ain't got not one TV in my.
Hey, that's what they make YouTube for, man.
Yeah, but I can't be on my phone when I'm out on the floor, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you get a chance to watch it, man, it'll be there.
That GM life, bro. That GM life.
Yeah.
You know, man. Somebody get money.
Pause.
We are.
Peace.